brothers and sisters of the celestial energy. It's Brother Horus. So much of our history has been removed, and we understand. We've been talking about for the longest. The Archons, the reptilians, these different reptilians, clans, how they work together to remove our history and our culture, so that we would not know who we are. And many of us really don't understand how powerful we are. They really don't understand how the level of power that we possess. There's so many brothers and sisters who want to classify themselves as what they call Africans or Puerto Ricans or Guatemalans or Central Americans, when there used to be Aquilonians, and they don't understand the power of the original beings. You know, it's been proven that at the creation of land, this land right here, this land that's called America, this land which is Atlantis, was the first land to arise out of the water eons ago. That's been proven, but it's neither here nor there of which land is first and which land is second. It's more so you talking about the original beings, which are those who are so-called Guatemalans, Puerto Ricans, Jamaicans, African Americans. That's what they call us, the original beings. And when we, as these original beings, I'm talking about we as the original beings, us so-called Guatemalans, Puerto Ricans, Central Americans, Nicaraguans, Colombians, Venezuelans, Brazilians, Jamaicans, Haitians, Dominicans, and African Americans. We are all the same, and they want to classify us under all these different names, okay? Our ancestors possessed a superior power that has been lost. And every time one of us taps into that energy, there's a fear that comes up. We have an enemy who knows so much about us, that studies us. They looked at our history. They've got the true history books that belong to us. So what I'm going to give to you right here is that the fact that many of us, of our brothers and sisters here, Atlanteans, who are trying to class themselves as Africans, Guatemalans, Nicaraguans, Salvadorians, Belizeans, Hondurans, Nicaraguans, Africans, Panamanians, Colombians, Venezuelans, Peruvians, Bolivians, Brazilians, Haitians, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Bahamans, people that classify themselves as that when we are the original beings. Because we are the originals. We are the originals. And we are the superior race. It's got to start with that self-love. Selves as Latinas, Latinos, Africans, stuff like that. When they used to be Aquilonians, They want to classify themselves, and they don't understand the power of the original beings. You know, it's been proven that at the creation of land, this has been proven, but it's neither here nor there of which land is first. Our ancestors possessed a supreme, superior power that has been lost in every time. Many of us, of our brothers and sisters here, Atlanteans, who are trying to classify themselves as Puerto Ricans, Africans, Guatemalans, Hondurans, El Salvadorians, Nicaraguans, Panamanians, Costa Ricans, Brazilians, Haitians, Puerto Ricans, Bahamans, Cubans, Haitians, Dominicans, all that, Chileans, all that type of stuff. All of our brothers and sisters trying to classify as that. And they say, hey, you know, we need the power of the Orishas. So we need the power of the Orishas. Little that they know is that the Orishas are based on our ancestors. Understand that. The Orishas are based upon our ancestors who are worshipped by other so-called black people and Hispanic people. We got to remember those who are called Africans are literally galactic refugees. They're galactic refugees. Long ago, they came here to this planet looking for refuge in the midst of a battle that they were fighting, and it's an old ancient battle fighting against the reptilians. The reptilians have been around for a long time. These are like space pirates. These are like pirates. That's all they are, is pirates. They kill and take over planets and genocide entire planets, all right? And they came to our planet for refuge. They saw the power that we had, us black and Hispanic people, and us African American and Puerto Rican Guatemalans. They worshipped us for the glorious power that we had. And there's history. They have of our ancestors, black and Guatemalan and Puerto Rican people, the true Egyptians, the true Kemites, our ancestors, Guatemalan, Hispanic, and black people, Hispanic and African American people, our ancient power. And they know the level of power that we literally possess. They know this. They know this. So my question is, why is our brothers and sisters, we the Atlanteans, so-called black Americans and Hispanic people, why are we looking for the power of the Orishas when the Orishas and the powers of the Orishas is based on us, Hispanic and black people, black American people and Hispanic people? Every one of your, what you call superheroes, are based upon our ancestors. The so-called Latino and Latina and black Americans. Every one of the superheroes was based upon our ancestors. Not them from what you call Africa, but here in America. They're in a galactic refugees. That's why some of them separate themselves from us. Because they know that we and them are not the same exactly, 100%. They're from this galaxy, but they're from another planet within this galaxy that was attacked, and they lost a battle with the reptilians. And this is why it is important for us to dig down within ourselves and find this power. I mean, our history, it was stolen. They have our history. We can demand from them all we want to. They're not going to answer us. They're not going to give us anything. They're not going to lay down and say, okay, here's all of your history. There's this. They're not going to do that. No. They're not going to give us the actual stuff. They're going to mix it up, mumble it up, jumble it up, and say, here. How can I say it? Fish through this and find out what you need to find out. All right, this is what they're gonna do. The Orishas were based upon our ancestors from this land here, Atlantis. It was called America. Just like Egypt was based upon this land here. All right, you gotta understand that. So much lost history to our brothers and sisters. And you got ours talk about, oh, you know, we came from this, we came from that. We are the originals of this realm, of this planet. You got to know who want to claim what you want to be claimed to Africans. You want to be a refugee? They don't have the power that we have to move nature. I'm sorry, brothers and sisters in Africa. But when we start doing things, us black and Guatemalan and Hispanic people, we are a manifestation of this planet. But their ancestors long ago, their ancestors of these Africans long ago, when they came here, and when they saw enemies come at us, they saw we rise up, and they saw the powers that us black American and Hispanic people had, the Africans did. This is how you got the name of the Orishas. You understand that? Shango, Obatala, Oya, they're based on our ancestors, the black American and the Hispanic people. They're based on the Hispanic peoples of our brothers and sisters from this land right here, called North America. They call North and South America. We're still all over this land. We're the most powerful beings ever known. This is why we go deep and deeper and deeper into self. You got understanding the knowledge of who we are. We cannot unify with our enemies to try to be a better species. Because the only thing they're going to do is fall deeper in the frequency that they want, and they already dug for us. We got to unify with each other, us black American and Hispanic people, and find ways to bring out the ancient forces and the ancient knowledge, this ancient wisdom, the ancient technology we had from the Star Wars, the ancient intelligence, the ancient energy, the ancient force. There's so much that we have to relearn, that we have lost. But the Orishas were based upon us. All of the Orishas were based upon us, black American and Hispanic people. They were based upon our ancestry. I mean, who you think the X-Men were based upon? Black American and Hispanic people. The X-Men were based upon the Orishas. Like you have Storm. I'm going to give you a warm example. Storm. Who's Storm based upon? Oya. The Orisha Oya. The sky god of Nigeria. It's based upon Orisha Oya. And Oya is the goddess of lightning and storms and thunder. The sky. The river goddess. we're going to go over the Orishas, brothers and sisters, because we already know Elijah Muhammad taught Stan Lee. Stan Lee studied under Elijah Muhammad to create the Avengers and the superheroes based upon Black American and Hispanic people. And Elijah Muhammad told Stan Lee about the Orishas, what you call the Orishas, to the gods and goddesses of power. And that's how Stan Lee was able to create X-Men. All of your X-Men characters are based upon the Orishas, who are us, Black American and Hispanic people, our brothers and sisters, us original beings of this land right here. This goes beyond Kemetic knowledge. Everyone's talking about Kemetic knowledge. Kemet, this. When you start talking about these powerful deities, who we are and who our ancestors were, you start to see all types of information that was hidden away from us, that belongs to us. We have to gather this knowledge together so we can return back to this level of power. The Orishas were based upon the original beings, the so-called African Americans, the so-called Guatemalans, Puerto Ricans, Brazilians, Colombians. We're all the same. African American, Guatemalan, Puerto Rican, Honduran, Nicaraguan, Colombian, Venezuelan, Jamaican, Haitian, Dominican. It's based upon us because we are all one species. Black American and Hispanic people are the same species. Black and American and Hispanic people are the same species, and these Orishas were based upon us. And here was this is what they are based upon. And those refugees worshipped us, and they put our pictures on walls, and they had stories of us before the Europeans came and colonized, and the powers that we had. We're talking about our ancestors. So as time progresses and energy progresses, and the days and the months, I should say years, as years went by, and these wars happened on our planet Earth. These Saxons, these white people, found our source of power, and we fell into frequency, and we fell into a deep sleep, and we lost the knowledge of who we were. We lost the knowledge of what we had. So all throughout the remaining of this time that these Saxons, aka these pale-faced white people, created these brothers and sisters seeking to be like the enemy. These Saxons gave us an image of who they are so that they can be like them and we not be like our ancestors that we're supposed to be like. You look at the music industry, you know how we're always doing music? We saw them doing music. We always want to act because we saw them act. Will Smith, we play in the sports, we play basketball with them. We wanted to be equal with them. So we completely forgot that us Black American and Hispanic people were the gods and goddesses of this realm. And we literally began to focus on something that was artificial. Something that was temporary. And not us who was, not them who was, us who was authentic. And infinite. Immortal. Everything that our enemies give us, these white people, is temperate. It's artificial. It's temporary. It's not authentic. They got to give you something watered down and washed up. The Orishas were based upon us. We're going to go into this a little later. I'll go into this a little later. When Stan Lee learned of this information from Elijah Muhammad, he created the X-Men. And the X-Men were based upon the Orishas. And the Orishas were our ancestors. us Black American and Hispanic people. As we went through this realm with our machines, our powers in the machines, and flying through the skies and using the powers that we had, we were worshipped among those who came here for refuge. The Africans in Africa, Nigerians, what you call the Europeans, the true Europeans, those from Europa who came here for refuge. Europa, Jupiter's moon. You had many of what they call black folk who came here for refuge. And they depended upon us, Black American and Hispanic people, to protect them. They saw us as the gods. That's why many of us, those what you call Africans and Hispanic people, are waiting for the gods to arise. We're waiting on them to arise and come up because they know who we are. They know about our history. You understand that, Danford Darwin Raider?
Yes, but you don't gotta be so loud.
We know how powerful we can become, us Black American and Hispanic people. We have fallen short with the knowledge of where we're supposed to be and what we're supposed to be doing and why we're supposed to do it. And many of us don't know who we are and how we're supposed to operate. Many of us have taken on the image of an enemy because they think this is a source of power. They think that get money and get rich and get music in these positions of the higher sources of power, not knowing that we're supposed to be linked into this darkness, this dark energy, this dark power, this dark forces, which brings us this power. This is why, like we said before, all of our brothers and sisters, you look at X-Men, it was based on, Superman was based on us, Wonder Woman based on us, Spider-Man was created. Spider-Man was literally based upon the kinetic energy of the Black American and Hispanic people, how we were able to link into the kinetic energy. That's what it all was about. They're all based on us Black American and Latina people. You can go on. And there's so much to look at. Dragon Ball Z was based upon some beings on another planet, another universe. Dragon Ball Z, that's what Dragon Ball Z was based upon. Avatar was based upon, like I said in the message, Avatar was based on the Lyrians. They were cat-like people. They told us how they caused us to fall. They caused them to fall as well. But all these characters are based upon the original beings who are us, brothers and sisters, our ancestors. And it got to a point where even these Saxons, these IK white people who know who powerful we are, they worship us Black American and Latina people in secret. Like your Pope and your queens and kings and president and this so-called King Charles. They worship us in secret because they know the power that we possess. But so many of our brothers and sisters refuse to link into this powerful power. Why? Why? We must unify as one. But it's hard to unify when you have an enemy and so many that's attached to the lies because of the enemy. So many that's drinking their Kool-Aid and not their juices. It's a big difference. Kool-Aid's full of artificial sugar. What's juice based upon? Juice is full of plasma and fruits that's necessary to run our bodies, to control our bodies. Come on, man. This is absolute power. This is absolute energy that we're supposed to work on, that we're supposed to operate on. The Orishas are based upon our ancestry from this land here. just those Akibalonians gave them different names. So why are we seeking for the Orishas when we already are the children of the Orishas? You understand that? We are the children. We are the bloodline of the Orishas. Every time we go into a mass meditation, like, let's just say we go into a mass meditation tomorrow. We're going to create one. And you see how cloudy the sky is? And we go into this mass meditation and things happen. Look what happened in Libya. Our energy is rising. So that Orisha power that is within us is beginning to destroy these enemies because we have awakened. So we must come to a greater awaken to bring greater force of power, to bring a greater force of energy, a greater force of strength, and a greater force of knowledge, and a greater force of intelligence. We got to continue to build this because we have an enemy who wants us to believe his story. They want him to believe his story and don't want us to seek for our truth and our legacy. We have a legacy that's behind us. We are legendary beings. And they will fight and they will suck dick to make sure that we don't know who we are. You got an enemy. When you see an enemy that's fighting this hard, you know that something is wrong, nigga. Better yet, you know that something is right. So they literally just pound on us, which is why they called us evil. That's why they said witchcraft is devilish, sorcery is evil. It's black. There's more black on black crime in America, and it's not the white man's fault. It's all their fault. And wizardry is evil, and it's against the standards of God. Who's God? There is no God. We are the gods. We're the closest thing to gods. We're the primordial deities. We are the ones with all the supreme power, the supreme energy. It's us, brothers and sisters. We're the ones who carry that lineage of absolute power. And this is the most important part, because the Orishas are based upon us, and we got to see that, and we got to tap back in this power. We created the pyramids. We created all of this shit here. We created this. We might have had assistance from brothers and sisters in Africa and other beings and other planets and realms, but for the most part, we did the building. We did the creating. We're the first here. We have always been here. This is something that you must take into consideration, perspective. This is why we must change everything in society. This is why we must become more awakened and more aware of everything around us. We understand what we're doing, but our awakening literally will shut down their entire program that they created. Once the program is shut down, we have to be ready to become those Orishas that our ancestors were. And we have to become ready to fight with this power, because you got to remember, they can only come with false magic. Bullets and guns and grenades and rockets and missiles and knives and machetes and samurai swords, and we come with what we call real magic. We have the forces of natures in the cosmos, which is unlimited. I mean, it is unlimited. It's unlimited. And when you start going to the forces of nature, the cosmos, this shit is like so fucking vast and powerful. It's unbelievable to a point where, all right, I just want to share this with you all, brothers and sisters. I hope you understand, overstand, outerstand that we are the Orishas. The Orishas are based on us Black American and Latin people. So let's rise and bring ourselves to a new level of power. All right, brothers and sisters? All right? I'll catch you guys later. All power to the multi-chakra celestial angelic beings. May chaos reign within you and forever and ever. Remember, chaos is everything, brothers and sisters. We're chaos. Chaos is everything. Much power to you all.